Hello, it's Merrie the Magickal Maeven. Merry meet. I am standing here in the Pure Essence Wellness Center on 8th Street in Traverse City, and I love helping people on their magical journey. I help people find their inner magic so they can create their most magical lives. And we are going to talk today about a particular, if you want to call it an herb or a flower, it's Queen Anne's lace. And it's going to help you on many levels, the physical and the spiritual, emotional, and of course, magical. So I'm going to cover quite a bit, and don't worry, everything is, you can take notes, or I have a quick reference guide for you. So just send me an email. The link is below, or if you want to just direct message me with your email address, and I'll get that to you right away. All right, here we go. So before we start talking about anything, we're going to get this out of the way. There are lookalikes out there, and one the most notorious that I'm going to cover is the poison hemlock. So it's a deadly plant, so be careful. Don't, you want to make sure you're not ingesting anything that you're not supposed to be. So it grows along the roads, the trails, edges of fields and streams. Queen Anne's lace is edible. It's also known as wild carrot. Honestly, for a good portion of my early life, I just knew it as wild carrot because that's what my mother told me it was, because that's what the Native Americans called it. So here's the problem. They grow usually in the same conditions. So here we go. There's a couple things you can look for. Hairiness. The stem will be hairy for Queen Anne's lace. It's going to have fine hairs all the way up the stem, and there's no spots, okay? Whereas poison hemlock is going to have these purple splotches or spots on the stem. The umbel, if you want it, because it's shaped kind of like that, right? And so the flowers of both of them are typically white, bloom in that umbrella shape, which is called an umbel. So here's the thing, the flowers of Queen Anne's lace have there's a center, like a dot right in the center that's either like reddish or purplish. And then the umbrella for Queen Anne's lace is more flat, where the poison hemlock is more rounded. So be careful of that. There are prongs. So Queen Anne's lace has 3 prongs, and from the base, so that's how you can tell the difference, or one of the ways you can tell the difference. And so poison hemlock doesn't have those long bracts. And then there's the smell, because the root, being called wild carrot, the root smells like a carrot. So just be careful what you're smelling. All right, so the name, Queen Anne's lace. There's quite a few Queen Annes in history. We're not sure, nobody seems to be able to, was it the Queen Anne of England? There's Anne Boleyn, Anne Stewart, Anne Denmark, here we go. But the story goes that whichever queen it was, she was an expert at making lace, and she loved wild carrots in the garden. So she had a contest between others, who could make the prettiest lace, the most beautiful pattern. And the other gals, they used different kinds of needles, but she used a metal needle, and she pricked her finger. And that's why there's a red dot in the center, because that's where the drop of blood landed. So that's why we call it Queen Anne's lace. And yes, because it's called wild carrot, it is edible. The root is edible. It's not not going to be sweet like the carrots you buy at the grocery store. It's going to be more bitter. So the soft tissue is the part that you use. And they're going to be better when they're young. You can add to soups or stews, savory dishes, stir fries, depending on how many you have in your backyard, obviously. And here's the cool thing, our modern carrot was bred out of this wild carrot. So they don't look anything alike if you put them side by side, but that's where they come from. Let's try that again. The ancient Romans planted, used this as a vegetable. The American colonists boiled the roots to make wine. Teas and are made from this plant. You can roast the roots to make a kind of coffee. There's an oil from the plant that's used for baked goods and candies, gelatins, desserts. And some people use the flowers themselves in salads. So the tea made from the flowers is supposed to be great for diabetes. The seeds are made in herbal medicine. As always, consult your doctor and find out what's good, what is good for you, because you can be taking something and it can have adverse side effects with, something natural. So just make sure that you're before you start eating or drinking, that you check with your doctor first. And so here we go. Let's get to the magic, right? So Queen Anne's lace, you usually will find it in the white, but you might come across the more pink variety. So if you find the pink, excuse me, that the color symbolizes joyfulness, playfulness, youth, fun, celebration, love, sweetness. Now the white variety, which I think you're going to be able to find more easily, cleanliness, freshness, new beginnings, healing, innocence, and purity. One of the magical associations with Queen Anne's lace is beauty and love and fantasy. It boasts a dreamy and delicate, because of its appearance. So it's great for anything, any kind of spell of that variety. It's been used in ritual baths to help make your dreams come true or bring love to you. And it's also supposed to be associated with the purity. So as far as adding that to your magic, so it's said that if you plant this in someone's yard, it will bring. Let me make sure I got this right. If it's planted by a woman who is true, it will bloom in her garden. Okay. I want to make sure I got that right. All right. So haven or sanctuary. Sometimes Queen Anne's lace is known as the bishop's flower or the bird's nest or bishop's nest. So it's because of when it dries and it has this kind of, instead of like splayed, it's more like this. It's associated with safety and refuge because it's like the safety of a bird's nest. And that also ties into love and commitment, a happy home. So if you want to think of like safety and protection as well, not just like sanctuary. Also fertility. It has, some people will even say it has a negativity to it. Because of that. So I've heard that, that if you bring it into your home, there will be death, but I promise you, I brought it into the home. Nobody died. You're going to be fine. So inner strength or unity. Queen Anne's lace allows us to unify our energy, creative power, inner strength, well-being. Great for times that you're feeling your energy has been divided and you're scattered all over the place. So it's going to help you finish like chores or projects. Great for self-care and whatever else you got going on. Focus. So Queen Anne's lace is going to help you get things together. And then that way you've got that peace, harmony, grace to keep going. You've got that wholeness, you're feeling balanced, you got rid of the mental clutter, and you can get down to business. And finally, We've got chakras and intuition. So Queen Anne's Lace is great to work with promoting psychic and intuitive abilities, waking your spirit, helping you with the crown chakra, helping develop your inner knowledge and instincts, and being able to trust yourself so you can work with them. There we go. So I know that was quite a bit, but don't worry. Like I said, either send me an email or send me a direct message and I will get that to you. And I would love to hear, what do you do with Queen Anne's Lace? How do you use it? What are your experiences? What's worked and not worked for you? Please share that below because other people can learn from you. And if you find there's anybody that you think would benefit from this video, please pass it along and share it with whoever you think would benefit from this information. And until the next video, I say merry parts and blessed be.